Hey guys, what's up? John and Welch here. We're going to do Listed. We're going to do a top 10 Listed, and because it's Halloween, we thought we were going to start this off, this season of Listed, with top horror movies. I'm going to kick it off with number 10. Well, my number 10. I got used to
so we're used to the Listed, yeah.
It's one list now. So with number 10 is It from 2017. It's a remake, yeah, but we went and saw it, and we really enjoyed it. And it makes the list because I think it might be a bit fresh in our mind, that's why it makes the list. But it makes the list as number 10. Based on a Stephen King novel, you know you've got pedigree with the name Stephen King. Everything he does is gold in films, really. Directed by Andy, I'm going to kill his name, Andy Muschietti, who came on in early post-production, and he got a lot of stuff from Stephen King's book back into the script. Obviously, it's missing like quite a few scenes, and obviously the ones that they're not going to do. Child gangbang. But it's closer to the book than the TV miniseries was. And speaking of the TV miniseries, got to talk about Tim Curry, because it's like iconic part for Tim Curry. But I wouldn't say Bill, none of them are going to kill. Bill Skarsgård.
You got it right. You got it right.
I did. Yes. I wouldn't say he overtook him, but I think he held his own, and he portrayed Pennywise
in a way,
in a very different way. Yeah. Creepy, humorous sort of way. It is quite mad. Obviously, like it is about like a little town in Derry, yeah, not spelled like the milk, no. But and it's about this clown that feeds on fear of these children, and it's up to them to go, fuck you, man. And it was just a really good film. I really enjoyed it, and I managed to wrestle that on to our number 10 spot. Well, do you want to take our number 9, your favourite film?
9 is The Exorcist, and it's not one of my favourite films, actually. I've only ever watched it once. And
why is that?
Well, the song, for one, Tubular Bells, used to freak the shit out of me, and the little girl's face and her voice.
The little girl's face.
Really fucking scary.
Well, it is.
Made in 1973 by William Friedkin, I don't know. When a girl is possessed by a mysterious entity, her mother seeks the help of a priest to save her daughter.
Ooh.
Actually, 2 priests, isn't it? Because it's an old priest and a young priest.
It's Father Ted.
Is it? Oh, do them! Right. Also, got some trivia.
Some trivia, cool.
According to William Peter Blatty, I think that's the guy who did the original novel for it, yeah? Warner Brothers wanted to change the title of the film after taking a survey which found none of the participants knew what an exorcist was.
But they do now.
Well, they do now, yes, because there's been several Exorcist films, and there's a TV series like it.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
I don't think they hold candle to the original.
No, I won't watch it ever again. Not because it's crap, it's because it's freaked the shit out of me so much, I will never be able to watch it again.
In my opinion, that is the scariest one on the list.
It is scary. It is scary. You go with 8.
I'm going to go with 8 with something else that's scary. In space, no one can hear you scream. Yes, it's Alien, the first Alien. Obviously, everyone knows like what Alien is. Sigourney Weaver, yeah. And about 4 or 5 other people. They're on a ship.
Yeah.
And then they go to rescue people. And they find like this weird shit. John Hurt gets face raped.
He gets face raped, yeah.
Thing comes out of his chest. Looks a lot like this.
Yeah. Well, actually, it looks like a little
one,
maggot version
of that. And then, well, hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
And it's fucking fantastic.
It is an awesome film.
It is.
We went and watched that one Halloween.
We did watch it in the cinema at Halloween.
Yeah. When it got re-released.
Yeah, in the cinema. That was fucking really
cool.
That was awesome. And it still shook me up in the cinema, some of it did.
Yes.
Ridley Scott classic. Ridley Scott's name is...
Yeah, I just got a burp. Sorry.
He gets like that around Ridley Scott.
Windy.
Yeah. Ridley Scott is one of the most iconic directors of our time, I think.
Well, he done some really cool stuff early in his career, like everything that he's like from Blade Runner to this, you know, Alien
and Legend.
Yeah. Yes, they've all been like this world that he creates. I mean, obviously we're on a ship with Alien, but it's still, you know, it's still an awesome atmospheric film.
It is. A little bit of trivia for you.
Go on.
He based how like everything was in Alien. He based it on the Star Wars universe, how everything looked real and and cool.
Yeah.
So I inspired him for Alien.
Oh, that's cool. I
fucking
like
love
that.
you, Star Wars.
Yeah.
What I was going with that was Ridley Scott's one of those names that even people that are not massive film buffs, they hear his name and they know who he is, sort of thing.
He's a good director.
He is. Sigourney Weaver, I have to talk about Sigourney Weaver, plays the iconic character of Ellen Ripley, arguably one of the most iconic female characters ever in film. And so early on, from 1979, that she was like fucking spearheading this, so good on you.
Yeah.
Good on you, my lady. Awesome practical effects made by Stan Winston. This is fantastic. What's so cool about Alien is it's all on one ship. It's cold outside, it's in space, there's no getting away from it. You're in cramped conditions. Dallas dying is by far the most scariest thing ever. And, oh, what a film. I love Alien. Maybe not as good as Aliens, but Aliens isn't a horror. It's more of an action, but this is a horror film. This makes our list. We're massive Alien fans here at Plazma Punch, so rock on Alien. Alien!
Alright, yeah.
Number 7.
Number 7. Well, I was going to say 7 for me. Again,
no.
stop this listing. It's number 7.
Number
Dawn of the Dead. Made in 1978 by the late great grandfather of the zombie genre, George A. Romero.
Rest in peace, buddy.
Yeah.
Or come back and eat some brains. That'd be quite cool.
Brains. Following an ever-growing epidemic of zombies that have risen from the dead, I was going to say Filipinos.
2 Filipino SWAT officers.
Philadelphia SWAT team members, a traffic reporter and his television executive girlfriend seek refuge in a secluded shopping mall.
This has been ripped off so many times, that little premise has.
Well, yeah.
The zombies in a mall. But every time it's fun. Every time it's fun, so...
But you will do it because it worked really well. It's really cool. People still go back to this day just to go and see the mall where it was shot in.
Yeah.
A little bit of trivia. Right. Dawn of the Dead, 1978, obviously, as we know, was intentionally more comedic than Night of the Living Dead, which was 1968, because George A. Romero wanted it filmed in a style of a comic book, which is quite cool, actually.
It is.
If you think about it, really, it is actually, because you've got all the different the levels in the mall as well, where you get different areas of different people being in there as well. So you see a little bit of different character development. So yeah,
it is. Sometimes it seems intentionally funny, but actually it is quite funny.
Yeah, it's a good film.
It is a good film.
Gory goodness.
Let's move on to 6. Number 6. Friday the 13th Part 1. I must apologise, this is the only Friday the 13th that's on the list, and it's the one without Jason.
Yeah.
But there's reason for that. Part 1, it might not be as much fun as the other parts, but it has got the best story, and I think there's a twist, so spoiler, if you haven't seen this film from 1980, it's his mum. It's his mum that's killing him.
I was going to say the butler did it.
The butler did it. But it was his mum, and it kind of Jason died at at Camp Crystal Lake, and she's on this revenge thing. So it's kind of you have that small amount of sympathy for it. Obviously, she's got a headshot and fucking crazy.
Yeah, because none of those nothing to do with it.
None of the people she kills has anything to do with Jason. But it's kind of okay, I get this, and it's not really revealed to the end.
No.
So I do think it's got the strongest story out of all of them.
There's more suspense with it as well, because you haven't got a clue. Because at the time there was no Jason. It was just Jason within the film. Yeah. There was no Jason Voorhees hockey mask or sackhead. It literally just was this film, Friday the 13th.
Yeah, and it was whoa, shit, he's killing these people, and it turns out to be a little old lady going, "You killed my son, you fucking shadow!
You had sex in the barn
with my animals,
pig fucker!
You pig fucker!" Wow, we went fucking way off. Anyway, cool little bit of a fun fact. Directed by Sean S. Cunningham. He went on to become more of a producer in Hollywood. But what's really cool is that he came back to the Friday the 13th franchise around about Jason Goes to Hell or something like that. Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X. But he was also the producer of he produced the remake, and he was one of the producers as well of the video game, which we love. So, thank you, Sean S. Cunningham, for putting your money where we can enjoy it.
Where our mouths are.
Where our mouths are, yeah. Anyway, right.
I'm going to go with...
Let's push the burning fire towards number 5.
Number 5. Should be higher up, really, because that's where I would put it. The Evil Dead.
The Evil Dead.
Oh, brilliant film. Made
It
in
is.
1981 by awesome director Sam Raimi.
Mm.
I love Sam Raimi. I think he's brilliant.
Show
He
me a
does-
tattoo of Sam Raimi.
It's on my ass, I can't show it.
Okay.
It's his mouth as soon as I open my cheeks. A group of friends travel to a cabin in the woods, which actually, it was a real cabin that was, well, not condemned, but it was left decrepit and everything.
Yeah.
So it was a proper, I don't think they were meant to film in it. Where
It was probably guerrilla film.
it was, yeah, where they knowingly release a flesh-possessing demon. Or demons. So yeah, shoestring budget film as well, you know. It's
Yeah.
kind of one of these films that you look at for like being like a film student, you know, and you think
God,
this is the sort of thing that sets it's like what a film student would look at and see like what Blair Witch was. But this is way better because it's easy to make a Blair Witch film. Come on,
Oh,
I gotta go into the woods and just shake a couple of trees around and go, no, something's following me. Well, we've done it.
We have done it.
No, we didn't finish it. But yeah,
I couldn't kill him in the end.
God.
I had the cinder block in my hand and everything. I just let it go.
got a little bit of trivia. Sam Raimi originally wanted the title of the film Book of the Dead, but the producer Irvin Shapiro changed the title to The Evil Dead in fear that kids would be turned off of it seeing a movie with literary references. I think The Book of the Dead sounds a good film, but
Nah.
also I suppose in a way maybe you might think that doesn't sound that interesting.
Evil Dead's better.
Evil Dead is a lot better.
Because it's kind of like, the fuck is that?
Well,
and it makes you interested
that's
in what it is.
What was it called? The original show, Within the Woods, wasn't it? Was it Within the Woods?
I can't remember.
I think it was Within the Woods. The first Super 8 one he did with Bruce Campbell.
Get back to it, Sam Raimi and Bruce
Yeah.
Campbell. Tell us what you were doing. But that is...
It is one of my favourite horror films.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay, number 4. American Werewolf in London, 1981. John Landis, arguably his best film.
Yeah.
He's done.
Comedic director as well.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Maybe Blues Brothers, but that's more Dan Aykroyd's sort of
Nah, that's his
influence.
baby though.
I would say that's more Dan Aykroyd's baby than it is. Rick Baker, I think I got the guy's name. I've got to get this right for Dave because he's massive in special effects. Dave is. He's not massive into it, he just really loves it. Rick Baker did some amazing practical effects for its time. The transformation is arguably the best in any film, even still today, even though it might not look as believable.
For what they've done with it.
But I do think it is the best transformation ever in a film. Story has everything. It's frightening, it's funny, it's romantic, and it's sad.
Yeah.
All in one film, and it's fantastic. Story of this is basically an American, he's in London, he gets turned into a werewolf.
Yeah. Are you from London?
Hilarity ensues, and fucking slaughter, and it's fucking great.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my favourite films, my top 10 of my all-time favourite films.
It's a brilliant film. It is. It's so great. It's like you said, it's got different levels, different sort of genre to it because it's not just a horror. It's not really technically a horror film in all aspects if you really think of it because you know it is about the connection between David and the nurse lady.
But it's still fucking rich people's story.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
pretty horrific.
I know, but I think the fact of it being John Landis as well, being that he's comedic as well, he would have put the elements that he did, like the Nazi werewolves and you know everything like that. It's just a brilliant film all around.
I got a bit of trivia on this one.
What?
Every song in this film has like mention of the moon. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you know that?
I'm sad. I read trivia and stuff now and again. Right then.
Do you want to do number 3?
Yeah, I'm just going to click my finger. Number 3 is A Nightmare on Elm Street, obviously the original. Made in 1984 by the late great horror director Wes Craven. I love Wes Craven's films, Scream, all that kind of things. But this is really where he got into his own. Basically, this is not The Hills Have Eyes or Last House on the Left, it is this. Teens are haunted in their dreams by a sadistic child murderer named Freddy Krueger. If he kills you in your dream, he will kill you for real.
Whoa.
Basically, yeah, that is it. It's basically like the boogeyman sort of tale. It's like he's the thing that you fear the most, but he was a real person, and there's nothing scarier than it being a real person. It's like what my mum always says. ghosts could never hurt you, you know, because obviously I was scared of everything basically, but real people could. So then I got scared of people too. But Freddy Krueger was designed by Wes Craven to be a typical silent serial killer, which I didn't realise that, you know, like Jason, like Michael Myers. However, in the sequels, Freddy takes on more of a cheeky persona that's enabled him to be more black human, like a black human villain, which basically it was they were black comedies, they were black comedy horrors. You know, you take the tonation of how Freddy Krueger is in the first film and chuck him into the second, and then as they dwindled down, didn't they? They weren't the best ones. After, I think number 2 was okay, 3 was okay, and I think it was just they started to taper off, and it was more about how much more funnier they could make Freddy Krueger, I thought, really. And that was a bit sad, but still, they're strong films. Still strong films to watch.
They're iconic. And they're remastered.
You should watch that one.
Yeah, watch that one.
Crack on.
The new one's not that great.
It's hard. I liked it.
I'm number 2. Number 2 is The Thing. 1982, from the awesome pairing of John Carpenter and Kurt Russell. They make magic together.
They do.
They made this. They made
Escape from
New York,
LA,
and well, LA's not that great.
Big Trouble.
Big Trouble in Little China. So whenever you see the two of them together, usually their films go on to become cult classics.
Except LA.
Except LA, which was a bit of a disappointment. Right, let's get
some shit done.
let's get some shit done. Rob Bottin's practical effects were insane for its time and created a benchmark in practical effects, which I think still stands today.
Yes, definitely so, because when you see that film, it still gives you like this idea of how the isolation of where they are as well, with the alien, with whatever that's morphed into as well. It's just brilliant how they've done it all.
Yeah, it is. My next point is, instead of counting on guts and gore like many other horror films, that this played your mind. It's like what we're saying. It is like that isolation of like, who's the thing? I don't know what the fuck is going on. Can I trust you?
No, you can't. Just have my blood and see if it.
I'm bleeding.
This is the thing, Seal. When you see this, The Thing, and you see like films like Robert Rodriguez's The Faculty,
My paper.
They're the same films in some aspect, because it's a similar sort of thing.
I think they probably went, that's a really good film, The Thing, and then they stole it.
Yeah, but that's it. It's the same. It's the same. They've taken the same sort of premise as that, which it works. It works. Updating it works because it's still a really, really good idea, and it's brilliant.
I think you can argue that like the prequel, which isn't a remake,
no,
I just couldn't think of a subtitle. I found that out today.
No, that's true. That's true. It is just a prequel.
So it's kind of like, I think this had a lot more magic going on.
Yeah. Well, they give it away too much.
That thing. Yeah. Obviously, this is like made as a remake of A Thing from Another World from 1951. Apart from like that is one singular being that they're like, oh shit, that's the fucking thing! Kill it with fire! And this is more like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I can trust you. I am scared. I want my mum, and I would piss my pants, which is handy in Antarctica because now I am warm.
Only for a bit though, because then you'll have icy bollocks.
Oh yeah, fuck.
And you'll be stuck to your own clothes.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing ever.
I didn't think that through.
You just have plastic sheet in your pants. It's great, man. Just doing it with a bloody water balloon. Anyway,
on to number 1!
Number 1!
Da-da-da-da-da.
You can't have a top 10 horror movies list without having a classic horror movie, Halloween. Made in 1978 by John Carpenter.
This guy's great.
the guy just knows how to do atmospheric tones. He knows his shit. He's got awesome music that he does himself.
He didn't for The Thing, but anyway.
I don't know about that.
No, he didn't.
No, he definitely does for Halloween. He does for other ones.
Yeah, he does for stuff.
Yeah, psychotic killer Michael Myers escapes an insane asylum and goes on a rampage of killing spree on Halloween.
On Halloween.
Yes, it's a really, really good film.
It is.
Stands up today. I mean, it's a sort of film that I'll definitely watch on Halloween. I'll definitely watch it on. I could watch it on Christmas. morning. No, I couldn't. Couldn't do that.
Probably.
But I could probably watch it if I wanted to, because it's that good a film.
Yeah.
As the film was shot out of sequence, John Carpenter created a fear meter so that Jamie Lee Curtis would know what level of terror she should be exhibiting, which I think is cool, because it means basically, like, because it was all shot out of sequence,
Yeah.
he was like, well, yeah, alright, in this scene, you will shit yourself. In this scene, you'll be going to school, so don't worry about it. You haven't got to shit yourself.
Yeah.
And in this scene,
You shit yourself.
you've seen him and you shit yourself more. Basically, that's what it is. I mean,
Do I have shit in my pants?
No, shit myself. But
that is pretty cool, though.
it's the way, I suppose, that the directors sort of try and see how they can, what they can do to get more out of their actors as well. Because certain people, like Alfred Hitchcock, would just scare the shit out of you because he thought he had to.
What's it? The guy in The Exorcist, he shot a gun next to a person's head.
Now that was did he? Yeah. He's deaf from it, wasn't he? Did he go deaf in the one ear?
I think so. I can't. Remember. I know he was not. He was not very happy with him after doing that.
Right. I've got another little bit of trivia on this because it's the number one. The original script was titled "The Babysitter Murders," right? But was changed due to budgetary reasons, and decided it would be
too many letters.
Sent over one day, and that's how we got the title Halloween.
Yeah.
So I think that's cool because I know, like, obviously, like the way that films were shot around, like in the 80s and 70s and stuff, they didn't have the money that they have today. So a lot of horror films were, I'll say it in a way that doesn't sound too bad, considered to be more like shot porn in some ways, because it was like wasn't a lot of money going into them. They just wanted a lot of money coming out of them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's still true today.
Yeah.
That's still true today.
Do you know what I mean? So back then, though, it was literally like, you know, a lot of up and coming directors you would see were involved in these things. You know, so that's why I think a lot of them were literally so tight budgety sort of made. But Halloween's a brilliant film. You can knock it still today.
Well, so that's our top 10 horror films listed. Tell us in the comments what yours are, if you agree with this list or what. If you've got any recommendations for lists you'd like to see in the future, hit this up. If you like this video, yay! Dislike this video, and sub like Welch just said. Thanks very much, guys. Bye!